One of the silver linings of COVID is that a lot of programs moved pretty quickly to begin offering programs online. And so Connector is an amazing organization that is an affiliate, one of 5 of the Disability Foundations. So I really encourage you to check out the other programs. There's fitness, there's dance, there's all kinds of really neat stuff. Some of which I participated in myself as well. But so here we are today, adaptive yoga. And so for some of you who might be new to the program or the class today, I think you'll be delighted to discover just how full of practice we can have seated in a chair. And so for those of you who've been coming for a while, I'd like to invite you to think of your poses and your movements, your pranayama, your breathing techniques, and so on as old friends. And so let's begin. Let's get started by finding a comfortable sitting position. And so sit in a way that you feel the most at ease. So it can be challenging for our nervous system to calm down if we're uncomfortable in our bodies. And then when you're ready, roll your shoulders back and down. Relax your arms in your lap or by your side, wherever feels most comfortable for you. And then if you'd like, maybe taking your hands into prayer pose at your heart center. So it might be palms together, palms open. If this placement of your hands makes you lose your balance, choose another placement for your hands. So we never forfeit balance to come in to a pose or movement. And so lifting your heart to your hands, bow your head to your heart. An invitation to take a moment to allow yourself to consciously enter into the present. And setting aside whatever was going on for you before the practice, for the duration, knowing that you can come back to that after class. And so if your eyes were closed, gradually blink your eyes. And maybe arms by our sides, spiral your palms open, and a little wiggly fidget. So at this time, if possible, I'd like you to find a space where you're supporting your own spine. Alternatively, if you need the back of the chair for support, honor that. And so yoga meets us exactly where we are. Then an invitation to, again, roll your shoulders back and down. Relax your arms in your lap or by your side, wherever feels comfortable. If you'd like, feel free to close your eyes here or soften your gaze, looking downwards. And so notice the alignment of your knees, hips, ankles, shoulders over hips. Chin in parallel with the floor. So our attention moves inward. So muscles of the face relax. Notice the breath. And so maybe seeing if you can make your breath just a little bit longer than it was when we began. And then if you'd like, placing one hand on your belly and maybe noticing that as we inhale, belly moves out. On exhale, belly moves in. You take another hand to your chest, to your heart center. And notice the pattern of movement of the breath between your belly and your upper torso. Notice the exhale. When we lengthen our exhale, it engages the relaxation response allowing us to let go of holding, stress, and tension. And so I'd like to encourage you during your yoga practice, whenever possible, to bring your awareness back to this deep, long, easeful breath. And so if your eyes are closed, gradually blink your eyes. And so with your hands where they are, bring your palms together, pardon me. Rub your hands a little, your palms. Take your hands apart, feel a little warmth, heat between your hands, and rub your hands together again. And so I'd like you to notice where in your body you're holding stress and tension, and see if you can bring some of that lovely warm energy from your hands to that place. So placing your hands on that part of your body, allowing your body to absorb the loving energy from your hands. And then when you're ready, rub your palms together. And as you're rubbing your hands together, you think of a new place where you could use a little extra TLC and place your hands there. So open to receive. So take a moment, notice as your breaths feel long and smooth and easeful. And so from here, we'll transition into a warm up. So beginning with our head, bring your chin gently towards your chest. When you feel your neck is ready, turn a soft gaze looking up towards the ceiling. And so maybe your eyes meet where the ceiling meets the wall. As ready, bring your head back to center and then take one ear towards your shoulder. And then move your head back and forth. So from side to side. As ready, bring your head back to center. And then turn a soft gaze looking towards your shoulder. Only turn your head as far as feels comfortable for you. And then turn your head from side to side. So as if nodding no. So warming up our cervical spine. When you're ready, finish up the movement that you're on, bring your head back to center. And so we've moved our neck through its 3 planes of movement. Now we're going to continue down along the spine with a movement called cat and cow. So as you're ready, draw your chest in. So it's as if your sternum's moving to the back of your ribs as you round your back. And then the sternum lifts, moves forward. Open up your solar plexus, your heart, your throat. And so moving with your breath, keeping this gentle movement, warm up for your upper back flowing. You might notice that as you round your back, our hands naturally have a tendency to slide towards our knees. And on the inhales, as we arch our back, hands slide in towards our hips. And so move in a way that feels natural for you. So natural that the movements and your breath become one. As ready, finish up the movement that you're on. Come on back to a neutral spine. Take a breath, and then when you're ready, I'd like you to reach one hand towards the earth, towards the floor, so you can hold on to the other side of the chair. And we want our shoulder lined up with shoulder. Imagine you're seated between two panes of glass. Keeping both sits bones on the chair. We'll move from side to side. And so it might feel good too as you reach towards the earth, the floor. Do it on an exhale. Inhale, come back center. Exhale to the other side. Or today, it might just feel good to inhale to one side, exhale to the other side. And of course, if you're congested or you have an obstruction, breathe in whatever way you can. So you might notice that as we warm up our spine, the movements become more easeful. We're able to go a little bit deeper. As ready, finish up the movement that you're on. Come on back to a neutral spine. And from here, we're going to come into a seated twist. So beginning at the base of your lumbar spine, twisting up one vertebrae at a time. So your hand slides in towards your hip, head turns last. And we are going to move dynamically. So twisting from side to side. And this is a gentle twist. We're not going into our full range. And finish up the movement that you're on. Come back to a neutral spine. And so I'd like to invite you to take a moment or two to notice, has anything changed energetically? Notice the effects of those movements. And so from here, I'd like to invite you to take 3 deep breaths. So we'll inhale through the nose. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. And one more time. Inhale. Exhale. Oh. So from here, with your hands resting where they are, let's tap our fingers. And then an invitation maybe to explore tapping from your pinkies to your thumbs. Thumbs to pinkies. So our hands are not used to moving in this manner, and so it can be quite challenging. And so as long as we're moving, it's helping with those neural connections, strengthening our hands. And then how about a little bit of air piano? And then push your hands away. So arms are as high or low as you like. Pull your hands back. Push your hands away. Pull your hands back. And so with this movement, not only are we getting into all the major joints in our arms, we're getting into the muscles on the inside and outside of our shoulder blades. So it's like we're giving ourselves a little back massage. Push your hands away, pull your hands back. Nice. So from here, I'd like to invite you to roll your wrists. And so if you notice your mind gets distracted and wants to wander off, know that that's okay. That's the nature of our mind. And so good for you if you notice, and then just in a loving way, bring your awareness back to your breath, to your movements. And then it's ready, roll your wrists in the opposite direction. And then I'd like to invite you to slow the movements down. So mindful movements, maybe even taking a look at your hands in appreciation. So for all that they do, most of us use our hands more than our feet. And then if you'd like, maybe imagine you're moving your hands through water. And so from here, let's transition into yoga swim. And so we'll start freestyle. And then how about backstroke? Breaststroke. And side stroke. Other side. And then how about we'll finish up with butterfly. And a little shake up. So hopefully, no doubt you're feeling a little more energized. And so I'd like to just to do a little bit more for our shoulders. So you're sitting up nice and tall, extend your arm out to the side, spiral your palm open, take your hand to your shoulder, and then we'll rotate our shoulder forward, down and back. And then when you're ready, rotate back. Palm face down, release. Let's switch sides, extend your arms, spiral your palm open, take your hand to your shoulder, wherever you can reach comfortably. And we'll rotate, shoulder, and reverse. Palm face down, release, extend both arms, spiral your palms open, take your hands to your shoulders, and rotate forward, down and back, and then reverse. You can play with this if you want, kind of alternating from one side to the other, and release. Whew. So take a moment. Feel your work. And so from here, I'd like us to repose. So ground down to your sits bones or your feet. You notice where your bum and your thighs are in contact with your seat. Our spine is long, shoulders back and down. Chin in, parallel with the floor. And so from here, I'd like to come into a practice I like to call finding our balance. So if you know balance is a challenge for you, make sure you have whatever device you need to keep you stable in your chair. And so we'll begin by sitting up nice and tall and then hinging from the hips. So you can have your hands at your hips or hold the chair, rock forward. So we're just going to come forward a little, maybe about 20%. Noticing sometimes when you come into a forward fold, our chin wants to jut up, so you tuck your chin slightly, and then rock back. So let's keep this gentle movement flowing in your own time and rhythm. And it can be interesting to close your eyes as we practice these gentle movements. So there's something about this forward bend that our nervous system likes. And then as you're ready, come on back up to a neutral spine. Rest your arms by your side and your lap. Take a moment. And from here, if possible, bring your feet so that they're just a little wider than outer hip bone distance. So your knees tracking over your ankles. Okay to have your toes turned out a little. And then hands at your hips if you'd like. And then Invitation to circle your heart forward and circle back. And so your circles might be smaller, larger than mine, so you move in your own time and rhythm. And so when you begin to feel your hips, your lower back soften and release a little, see if you can go a little bit deeper. So our shoulders move towards our knees. Of course, we're not coming all the way down. And then as ready, circle in the opposite direction. And then an invitation to bring your awareness to the space in front of you. Take your awareness to the space beside you. Notice how that makes you feel. Bring your awareness to the space above you. And especially an invitation to take your awareness to the space behind you. And so moving away from need and we to trust that we are being supported. And slowly make your way back to a neutral spine. Walk your feet back so that your feet are comfortably hip distance apart. Relax your arms wherever feels comfortable. And then take a moment just to let your breath come back to its natural rhythm. Notice any subtle sensations. Trust that the sensations are there. It's not going to be a rocket ship across the sky. And so from here, I'd like to invite you to join me. We are going to come into a side bend. Pull up my drawers here a little more. So sitting up nice and tall, of course. Take hold of the underside of the chair. Extend your opposite arm out to the side. Spiral your palm open. So I'd like to give you 3 options for placement for your arm. So it might be that today you take your hand to your head. Alternatively, if you have shoulder stuff going on, hand to your shoulder might feel the most comfortable, or you might feel okay with reaching up and over. So sitting up tall, holding the underside of the chair, extend your opposite arm, spiral your palm open, inhale. So today I'm going to take my hand to my shoulder and take your arm to your place. Exhale, come into your side bend, keeping both sits bones on the chair. And then turn your gaze. Soft gaze looking down towards the floor. To release your neck and then breathe into your ribcage. Can you imagine breathing in below your ribcage? As ready, come on back center, float your arm down. So whatever we do on one side, of course, we do on the other if possible. And so you're holding the underside of the chair, extend your opposite arm, spiral your palm open, soft bend in your elbow, inhale, reach up to your place. Exhale, come into the side bend. Turn your gaze down towards the floor. Breathe into your ribcage. Can you feel that you're creating space between your ribs, your ribcage? Come out of the pose on this side. So I'd like to practice this one more time on each side. And I want you to notice if you feel a subtle shift. Things changed a little bit. And so holding the chair, extend your opposite arm, spiral your palm open. Inhale, take your arm to your place. Exhale, come into your side bend. Turn your gaze down towards the floor. Breathe into your ribcage. Can you imagine breathing in below your ribcage? Come out of the pose on this side. Take hold of the underside of the chair, extend your opposite arm, spiral your palm open, soft bend in your elbow, inhale, reach up, exhale, come into your side. And palm face down, come out of the pose on this side. Just a little shake. And so from here, I'd like to come into a seated twist. And so if it's possible, you can bring your feet a little wider than the outer hip bone distance. Knees tracking over your ankles, okay to have your toes turned out a little. And so we'll begin with breathing in, lengthen your spine, and then twisting one vertebrae at a time. Take your hand to the outside of your knee or beside you on the chair. So you can see that we're already into the twist at this point. So there are contraindications for going too deep, and that would be if you have spinal osteoporosis. This is your pose today. You don't want to go deeper than this. Alternatively, if it feels okay for you, you might inhale, lengthen your spine. Exhale, again, beginning at the base of your spine. Twisting one vertebrae at a time. Our head turns last. So you might have a soft gaze, looking downwards, or close your eyes, softly focused in. And when you're ready, slowly unwind, come back to a neutral spine. Take a moment, and we'll come into the twist on the other side. So inhale, lengthen your spine. Exhale, come into your version of the twist. Remember, head turns last. Eyes closed softly, focused inward or soften your gaze. And slowly, as you're ready, unwind. So let's come in again. We're going to do this one more time on each side. So inhale, lengthen your spine. Exhale, twist. So spine lengthens on an inhale. Exhale, twist. Slowly unwind. Take a moment. And we'll come into it on the other side. So breathing in, lengthen your spine. Breathing out, come into your version of the twist. Eyes closed softly, focused inward or soften your gaze. And slowly back center. So from here, let's rock and roll. We're going to move dynamically. So reaching up to the sky and then twisting to the side. In your own time and rhythm, if you'd like, flowing in and out of the twist. And so finish up the move that you're on. Come on back to neutral spine. So side bends, twists, be pretty intense spinal movements. And so we need to realign our spine. We can do that with a seated forward fold. And so for this version, I'd like you to take hold of the underside of the chair. Inhale, lengthen your spine, creating space between your vertebrae. And then hinging from the hips, come forward with that straight back and flat back. Tuck your chin in slightly to release the back of your neck, and then breathe into your lower back. You might imagine that your lungs are in your lower back. So, of course, we can't place our lungs in our lower back, but energy flows where thoughts go, our breath. And then as you're ready, you'll come out of the forward fold by pressing down through your inner heels. So it might be an energetic pushing down. Place one hand on each of your thigh. Back up with a flat back. A little wiggly fidget. So from here, I'd like to share a practice called Breath of Joy. And so I've had several people request this practice. So Breath of Joy. And so essentially it's an inhale 3 times through your nose and then an exhale. We can add arm movements to it. And so I want you to make sure that there's nothing, we're going to be taking our arms out to one side at some point, at one point. And so I want to make sure that you're not going to whack any hard surface or close to anyone. And so let's begin. So inhale, inhale, inhale. So 2 more rounds. Breath of Joy. Inhale, 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 and one more time. Inhale, 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 and awesome. Just place your hands so that they're facing each other a few inches apart. And I'd like you to notice any subtle sensations. And so there's no right or wrong. You might feel something between your hands or not. And then moving your hands a little further apart and closer together. And turn your palms face up, reach up to the sky. So as we reach up, maybe feeling a lightness. And palms face down and grounding sensation. As you're ready, if it feels okay for your neck, extend your arm out to the side. Soft bend in your elbow, gazing past your middle finger. Palm face down. Other side, spiral your palm open, soft bend in your elbow, reaching up to the sky. Palm face down. Spiral your palms open, reach up to the sky. And palms face down. So it just occurred to me that we haven't done a practice that I like to share called body tapping. And so you're sitting up tall, sits bones, so you're grounded, feeling that connection with your bum and your thighs on the chair, feet on the earth, spine is long, shoulders back and down, chin. So an invitation to extend your arm out in front of you. And then to tap from your hand up to your shoulder. Tapping feels a bit too intense. And just maybe massage lightly. Turn your palm face out, tap down. Other side, tap up your arm. Tap down. When you're ready, I like to invite you to tap the back of your neck. And then maybe come up to the crown of your head. So we tap, tap, tap. And silently or out loud, we can say, wake up, brain. Wake up, brain. And then when you're ready, take your fingertips to your upper chest. So if we tap in this area, this could be calming for our nervous system. And then when you're ready, if you'd like, lean back in your chair, one hand on the other. Massage your organs. So soft Buddha belly. So you're massaging your liver, your stomach. And then when you're ready, if you like, and this is a practice if you want, if you're blessed with a yoga buddy, you could be doing some of this with your guidance. And so leaning forward a little, massaging your lower back. If you can reach up a little higher where your kidneys and adrenal glands lives, and some love. It's so important to keep this area of our body moving. And then sitting up tall, sweep your hands forward. So we'll inhale, left. Exhale, go. Inhale, left. Exhale. And so from here, an invitation to tap your legs. And so I'd like to begin by tapping down the inside, or pardon me, the outside of our legs. And so only come forward as far as you feel stable in your chair. And then tap up the inside. So tap, outside, tap up the inside. And now we're going to reverse. We're going to start tapping from the inside and up the outside. So one more time in your own time and minute. Nice. And then come on back, sitting comfortably. And I'd like you to maybe take a moment or two, close your eyes, and notice the effects of the tapping. How's your breath? Notice any subtle sensations. And so from here, I'd like to invite you to bring your hand up, place it on the side of your head, and create resistance. Switch sides, take your hand up and over, place it on the side of your head, create resistance. And then when you're ready, interlace your fingers and bring your hands together. Press your hands at the base of your skull and then press your hand gently against your hands. Release. As ready, make a soft bend, take it up to your third eye. So the middle of your forehead, gentle pressure here can be calming for our nervous system. And release. So I'm thinking, let's come into a practice called sun salutations. So modified from the chair. And so sun salutations are fun, they're heating, strengthening. And so we're going to sit up nice and tall. Invitation to come into mountain pose. So arms by your side, spiral your palms open, open up your armpits. Soft bend in your elbows. Take your hands to your heart center. So maybe palms open or palms of prayer. Reach up to the sky, so gentle back arch. Open up your heart, bending from above your shoulder blades. Hinging from the hips, forward bend. So I like to have my hands at my hips, come forward with a flat back, chin in. You could hold the chair if you feel like going down further, go for it. Come on back up to a neutral spine. And so for this piece, some of you might be visualizing the movement. So know that visualization is powerful. And so if possible, take your leg under the front of the chair. So we'll come into a lunge, so your arm can be up along your ear, goalpost or at your head. Float your arm down, step your foot forward, hinging from the hips. We'll come into a modified downward facing dog. So for this version, forearms on your lap, Lengthen your spine, chin in. Feel that nice line of energy. Baby cobra. So lower your head, then lift up through the crown of your head. Downward facing dog, arms on your forearms on your lap, lengthen your spine, chin in. Come back up into a lunge on the other side. So visualizing the movement, or if it's possible, step your leg under the front of the chair. Take your arm up to your place. Float your arm down, step your foot forward, hinging from the hips, spiral your palms open, reach up to the sky, gentle backward. And then we bring our hands back. So bowing our head towards our heart gives us a little nerve fossil. And so I think we have time for another round or two. So we're going to begin in mountain pose. Take your hands to your heart center. Reach up to the sky, gentle backward. Hinging from the hips, come into a forward fold. So come on back up. So you might be pressing down through your inner heels. So it might be an energetic pushing down. Come back up into a lunge on the other side. So visualizing movement possible. Take your leg under the front of the chair and your arm. Put your arm down, step your foot forward, hinging from the hips. So we're going to come forward a little into a different version of downward facing dog if you'd like. So you place our arms on a diagonal. So your hands reach towards where the ceiling meets the wall. Baby cobra. So lower your head, lift up through the crown of your head. Downward facing dog. So push down to your sits bones. Hands reach towards where the ceiling meets the wall. Come on back up into a lunge on the other side. Step your leg under the front of the chair. Take your arm to your place. Release your arm down. Step your foot forward, hinging from the hips. Spiral your palms open. Reach up to the sky. So gentle backward. And then our hands come together in prayer and through the heart. So maybe place one hand on your belly, the other on your heart center, your chest. Whew. And notice the rise and fall of your chest and your belly. And so good job. Okay, so I think from here, I'd like to teach a modified version of eagle pose that I really like. And so repose, sit up tall, bend your elbows, palms face each other, reach across, cup your elbow point, draw that arm into the midline. Let that same shoulder soften away from your ear. Maybe on an inhale, reaching up a little higher. And then I want you to find a space on the horizon to gaze on. So imagine the intensity of that eagle eye. And float your arm down, shake out. So let's come into this on the other side. Elbows are bent. Cup your elbow point, draw that arm into the midline. Let your shoulders soften away from your ear. Maybe on an inhale, reaching up a little higher. Eagle pose. And release. So as you're ready, extend both arms out to the sides, spiral your palms open, cross one arm over the other, take hold of your shoulder blades or wherever you can reach comfortably. See if you can walk your fingertips back a little, drop your chin towards your chest, let your shoulders round towards your front body. And so this is bear hug number 1. I love me. Remembering which arm is on top, extend your arms out to the side. And this time cross your arms again, But this time have the opposite arm on top. Walk your fingertips back, drop your chin towards your chest. Let your shoulders round towards your front body. Chin in. I love me. Whoa. Bear hug number 2. And release. And wow. So I think it's time to start coming down off the mountain. So I do want to leave a few moments for conversation at the end of the class. So I think at this point, I'm going to invite you to find a comfortable sitting position. Make sure you have what you need to stay warm. And so I think for this piece, I'd like you to place one hand on your belly, the other hand on top. And 2, and just massage your belly again. Soft belly. And then an invitation to take your hands up to your scalp. And then I want you to imagine that you're massaging, or you're not massaging, but you're shampooing your scalp. And so you're not just moving the hair around, you're making small circles, moving the scalp. And then smooth your hair out if you like. And then I'd like to invite you to bring your hands together, rub your palms vigorously, and we'll come into a practice called calming. So this is a lovely calming practice for our eyes. And so if you're wearing glasses, you'll probably want to remove your glasses. And so I'd like you to take that lovely energy, warmth from your hands, and place them over your eyes. So we're not putting direct pressure on our eyes, essentially cupping our eyes. And if it feels okay for you, if it doesn't create anxiety, close your eyes softly. And then let the warmth of your hands soften behind your eyes. And we'll just take a few breaths here. And then shift your eyes from side to side. Release your hands. And then come into a lovely, comfortable seated position for your final relaxation. And so might feel good to place a blanket, a little bit of weight on your lap. Can create a grounding sensation. Again, making sure you're warm. If you have the ability to recline in your chair, go for it. Feel free to adjust your lighting. And so this is meant to be a deep, conscious relaxation. We're not meant to fall asleep in it. That said, if you fall asleep, and it's not rocket science, it just means you're tired. And so no judgment. And so maybe begin by finding that sweet spot, find a comfortable sitting position. Sit in a way that you feel the most at ease. Relax your hands, palms face up or palms face down as desired. Close your eyes softly if that feels comfortable, or soften your gaze. And so soft palms, soft Buddha belly, the area between our navel and our pubic bone. Quiet breath. Allow your breath to reflect the pose. Serenity pose. Relax your jaw. Unclench your teeth. Let there be a little space between your teeth. Soften your lower jaw. Soften around your temples. Soften the area between your eyebrows, wide forehead. Silently, if you like, on inhale, say let. On exhale, go. Inhale, let. Exhale, go. And so if it's challenging to quiet the mind, placing your hands on your belly and bringing our awareness to our breath can be helpful. And so without changing anything, bring your awareness back to your breath. Thank your body again. And so our bodies are the best home our mind will ever have. And now see if you can begin to deepen your inhale, lengthen your exhale. Your eyes are closed, gradually blink your eyes open. And I'd like to invite you to take a look around the space that you're in and name 3 objects to bring us back. And so, thank you, everyone. So the teacher me honors and appreciates the teacher in each of you. Thank you, Kosar, for being an awesome tech host, Connectra, and the Disability Foundation for providing this weekly opportunity for us to come and do yoga together. Thank you. So I am going to attempt to put myself on gallery view. I don't know if I can figure it out. Huh. Oh, there you all are. Nice to see your smiles. Hey, Michael, Kat, Janet, Sheila, Melissa. So were you able to, a bit of feedback? Can you hear me, see me? I'm on my iPhone. I don't know what's going on with my iPad.
Fine.
It's okay? Yeah? Oh, I'm so glad.
It was absolutely fine.
Oh, good. I'm so glad.
I might go.
Yeah, okay. Have an awesome week, guys, gals.
Yeah.
Thank you,
Thanks,
Bobbie. Thank you, Connector.
Yeah,
Thanks, Bobbie.
you're welcome, love.
Bobbie, I have a question for you.
Oh, sure.
Why can you not move deep if you have osteoporosis?
Put you at risk of fracture.
Okay, understood. Yeah, I was wondering that. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, it's, fractures can happen and you don't even know it.
Okay, so that's why I'm okay. Because I'm like, I could go.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, just because we can doesn't mean we should. Yeah.
Okay, thank you, Bobbie. This is great. And thank you, because I'm going to try to get onto that website, but I haven't been able to find the website. So,
Oh, Bossart can speak to that. Check out some of the other, for sure.
yes, yeah, just the website that to connect into to find all the offerings. Which website?
Oh, okay. I will put it in the chat.
You chat? Perfect. So I tried, looking for it, but it was just too many options.
Yeah, they've done such amazing work. They've grown leaps and bounds. It just keeps, it's so cool. Lots of really great instructors and programs. And free.
And free, which is amazing. Well, I also
Yeah.
have some friends that I know that could use it, right? So,
Yeah.
and so that's why I'm wanting to share it with them so they can kind
Oh,
of
sure.
find out the stuff that they
perfect.
can get into, right? So, I have a lady who has had an accident. She's still, it's 5 years later, she still can hardly, you know what I mean? So,
Oh.
yeah.
Sure, by all means, Kat. Yeah.
Right.
That's
All
good.
right.
Yeah, I put it in the chat if you can.
Yeah,
Okay.
I'm gonna just grab it quickly here. Let's see. I'll just copy it. It's not copying right in, but I will open the link. And I will copy the link. All right, great. Well, I look forward to this every Wednesday. I hope to see you again on Monday soon, Bobbie.
Yeah.
Really looking forward to some of the other stuff too.
Sure. Yeah.
Awesome.
Thank
See you
Thank
then next week.
Glad you're enjoying the class, love.
thank you, hon. All right. Bye-bye.
Bye.